अच्छा ठीक है, तो you grew up in Delhi, right? And when you were growing up, being able to learn karate, did you actually get into fights at all because of karate?
Not at all, yeah.
नहीं?
Absolutely no. I think karate, एक तो I think I was generally just keeping to myself and calm and ऐसे फालतू के चक्रों में पढ़ता ही नहीं था पहले भी.
हाँ.
But then when I learned karate, it just calmed me down more. Because आप karate practice में you do fight your own friends, right? I mean, in a sparring session, you're just they're your friends that you're fighting with. But you also get to the point wherein, like after a lot of training and after a little bit of maturity that you gain in that sparring session, is that this stuff can be dangerous here. You don't really want to hurt the person. The only thing that probably makes you want to hurt the person, it might be your ego getting in the way that I will show him. है ना?
Cobra Kai.
है ना? I'm going to kick some ass now. ऐसा करके ना. But ultimately the best way or whatever, the solution is to kind of just walk away or not get into it or to avoid fight actually.
So you're like Miyagi Dojo instead of Cobra Kai.
I am like Cobra Kai now, I think.
क्यों अब Cobra Kai क्यों? Like are you ready to kick some ass now?
Because I think isn't Johnny getting all nice and cuddly now in Cobra Kai?
Achha,
he's not that kick ass anymore. He's not that crazy.
He's like no mercy but in specific situations. like ये क्या है?
Mercy, yes.
हाँ mercy.
We will fight for justice, but still badass situation, no? वैसा.
Right.
हाँ, so I kind of want to think like that.
Honestly, I couldn't relate to the whole like Johnny LaRusso वाला कि हम लोग लड़ेंगे, पहले हम ये सब करेंगे, वो करेंगे. But I understand that it has some value. It just does not look very cool when you look at it. You know what I mean?
हाँ, वो कैरेक्टर थोड़ा सा अनकूल हो गया ज़्यादा ही.
बहुत ज़्यादा अनकूल हो गया यार. वो जब वो एडल्ट बना ना, he's become massively uncool. मतलब वो जिस तरह की बातें भी करता है, जिस तरह वो झूमता भी है. I think just Johnny just looks, even though Johnny's life is fucked, like he just looks more badass in whatever he does.
He is, yeah, he is. But that's the way they made the show also.
Yeah, did you see when John Kreese returned? जब वो वापस आ गया?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, उसके अंदर असली दैत्य बैठा हुआ है.
He's the evil one, yeah.
Yeah, he's truly evil.
I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, ये Johnny खराब करेगा. I'm starting to love him now.
Yeah. और वो भी मतलब like he has this whole like second father complex कि कोई बात नहीं, मैं दोबारा से जिंदगी में ले लूँगा, इसको अच्छी चांस देता हूँ and all that. Yeah.
But it's a fun show, yeah. I mean, because we watched The Karate Kid when we were little.
Yeah.
So this is like the next, what's happening in front of us.
This was in the 80s. Karate Kid was released in the 80s and then India के अंदर आई, right?
Years तो मुझको याद नहीं. काफी छोटे थे हम, एकदम full impressionable बच्चे. Oh my God, karate. We are also karate because I was learning karate.
Oh damn. So did it become like a small cult of you and your friends doing karate? Then you become separate from the group, school के अंदर?
No, not really.
नहीं.
No. Everything was nicely mixed because I used to play football with my friends and everything. सब mix type ही रहता था. ऐसा कुछ वो अलग से ऐसे नहीं था कि हम 4 लोग अलग चल के जा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता था.
अच्छा. हाँ यार, मैं पता क्या, lately what's been happening is in this lockdown, I realized I have massive levels of repressed aggression या anger जो स्कूल में से मैं इतना obedient था, इतना हर चीज़ करता था. It didn't really come out, right? So it's like in a very weird way एक late bloomer होता है ऐसे लड़ाई के चक्कर में. I just feel like beating the shit out of people all the time, like all the time. But my friends who practice some degree of martial arts always tell me that this will go as soon as you start practicing. चाहे jiu-jitsu हो, चाहे कुछ भी हो, जो भी practice करते कह रहे खत्म हो जाएगा. You won't want to be in a fight anymore.
That's true. और तुमको जो लग रहा है ना कि बहुत ज़्यादा repressed है, बहुत ज़्यादा, वो बहुत थोड़ा सा है. वो बस रिलीज नहीं हुआ. एक तुमको लग रहा है कि इतना अग्रेशन है यार, कभी मुक्का नहीं मारा जोर से, यहाँ माना ऐसा.
नहीं, लड़ाइयाँ करी हैं बट समय आ गया बीच में थोड़ा जिसमें नहीं करी.
हाँ, तो लेकिन वंस यू स्टार्ट लर्निंग एंड दैट बिकम्स अ रेगुलर थिंग व्हेन यू हैव टू गेट योरसेल्फ इन अ सिचुएशन जहाँ पे डिफेंड करना है, अटैक करना है, तो इट विल गो आउट लाइक दैट यार, like 1 or 2 sessions and you'll feel कि I need to train to be able to fight with this guy. Okay. But otherwise he's gonna kick my ass so bad कि मैं वापस नहीं जा पाऊँ.
तो मेरा एंगर कहीं भी कुछ.
हाँ, you have to let go of anger यार, because जब आप किसी से लड़ रहे हो ना, who's better than you, है ना, stronger तो नहीं बोलूँगा because इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ता once somebody is technical and good at fighting. तो strength can be dealt with in ways, but when you're fighting with somebody who's better than you, आप कितना ही एंगर लगा लो, जोर लगा लो, काम ही नहीं आता, है ना. आप गुस्से में घूसे लाते मारोगे ना, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, आप क्या करोगे गुस्से का. It doesn't work. Then you have to start using your head. And what your head tells you is कि भाई सोच के, देख के, समझ के करना पड़ेगा. ऐसे मैं गुस्से में हूँ ना, तो मैंने अपने दांत दबा रखे हैं, वो तो मस्त खड़ा है.
That's true.
Right? So anger doesn't work. It actually blinds you. Because then you give up technique, you give up seeing what the other person is doing. So you're bad at defense, you're bad at attack, you're being super inefficient with your energy. तो अगर वो टिक गया ना, अगर वो टिका रहा तो आप थक जाओगे ऐसे ही गुस्से में. So there are a lot of disadvantages to fighting with anger.
So when you started karate training, were you deliberately taught कि anger को तो छोड़ ही देना है, or is it something that became intuitive जब तुमने karate करना शुरू? अच्छा.
Like you are given a lot of life lessons also on the way, because these are things that teachers also learn. रास्ते में ना कि गुस्सा नहीं करो is the general, but it's more about in life कि लाइफ में गुस्सा नहीं करो, it doesn't help you, right? But when you're fighting, you're in a fight.
Yeah.
You kind of learn कि ये तो waste है यार. Like suppose.
Then why do you fight if you're not angry? Just for the fun of it?
You don't fight, no? You fight only while you're sparring in the session, and that is to make yourself better, to learn more about yourself. So everything that I've done, all these things that we might talk about today, I've realized the thing that I've gotten out of it most is that I've learned about myself more, about how I think, who I am, and also how to use my body to actually be able to understand कि अच्छा, these are the limits that I have right now, but I can push these, I can learn more, I can do more, right? So everything. And by the time I think I became a black belt, and उसके 1-2 साल बाद, when you know I matured more in my thinking rather than just physical ability, I realized कि if somebody has to ask me कि आपने कराटे में क्या सीखा, right? I think my answer for the longest time was I learned how to use my body.
Interesting.
है ना? Because it's not just a punch and a kick, right? It's also like once you get into the depth of it, it's about being efficient with the energy, right? तो वो मुझको पहले नहीं आता था, and when I work with new people who haven't really learned how to kick or how to punch or how to block or do anything like that, so they're very super inefficient with it. Right? बहुत सारी ताकत लगा के output बहुत कम होगा, right? So they have the energy and the physical ability and the muscles to be able to block a much stronger attack or to give out a much stronger punch or a kick, but inefficiency इतनी ज़्यादा है ना muscles के synchronization में और usage में और body के usage में कि वो बहुत यहाँ वहाँ waste हो जा रहा है. तो अगर आपने वो सीख लिया ना, तो आप कम एनर्जी से भी ज़्यादा उसको efficiently यूज़ करके ज़्यादा stronger blow दे सकते हो. I mean, you can have much stronger punches and kicks, and I think that's what I really learned. And whatever I learned in karate, because of all the body awareness and mental awareness that I achieved there, it has helped me out with everything physical that I've done later, be it climbing, be it slacklining.
That's crazy.
Like I go back and think every day ki, okay, I was able to do this today because karate had taught me that stuff, and that happens every time.
So it was really like a foundational discipline that ground you.
I mean, karate I think is in my blood, yeah. Yeah.
Your dad was also a karate fighter?
No, not like that. Not in blood like that.
Lineage
but I've done it so much. And I think I am the person that I am mostly because of my karate teaching and the experience that I have during training.